It's basically, between me and you, it's basically telling them why we nearly split up in Holland. Telling you. I'll tell you what we'll start in a different way. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, you're right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how was Holland for you?
It's nice.
Is it nice?
It's different, wasn't it?
You actually said last night something that really evoked a memory from me. You said you just wish you were back on holiday there. Sorry. Sorry, just telling you.
Toes.
You just said you wish you were back on holiday there.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I didn't think I'd actually want or have the, when you go on holiday and you go lying on beaches and then you partying and everything, you go home with like the blues. And I didn't think I was going to get that from Holland. But it's a bit like, I kind of really miss being on holiday.
Yeah.
It was nice. Nice being there, wasn't it? It was like...
What was, out of all of it, what was your favourite place? What was your favourite part?
I like the room. I like the suite.
Which one?
The nice one.
Hengelo. In Hengelo?
In Hengelo.
That's usually, you like the east?
What? No, I like the suite.
Yeah, the suite.
I like the suite. That was the best hotel we were in. It was nice though, wasn't it? Because we weren't even out on the night.
No.
So it was nice to be able to sit in a nice room, and we were, for the 3 days that we were there, that was really nice in there.
Even though we had TV walls.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
I know.
Somebody said in the comments, apparently we must have been doing it to theirs as well. So it's like...
Yeah, you knew that. That's what you
I
were
didn't
doing
at
it
the time,
for.
no.
What lie? He's lying, And he's going, damn you, were you not watching it? Every time they turned it on, you turned theirs
The
off.
suite was lovely though.
It was nice.
The suite was lovely.
Pricey, but nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. But I liked, looking back at it, I did like Amsterdam. At the time, I'm like, oh, this is a bit full on. And because I think it was the first, because you wanted to show me Amsterdam in a day. So that was a bit much. I think it was very keen.
I was very excited
very
I
excited.
was very excited about the Netherlands.
So it was nice, because when we went back to Amsterdam on the last day, that was really nice to be able to sit and go.
Yeah, because that actually wasn't planned, was it?
No, exactly.
We didn't actually film. Did we? I don't think we filmed that bit.
No.
We went back into the...
It was nice to be able to just sit there and go, this is nice, this is relaxing, and yeah.
We actually got Shelley on a bus.
I was like,
There's train strikes everywhere. There's nothing we could have done.
couldn't have done anything else. Sit in the
chain.
room or going on a bus. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, I'm not daft, you know what I mean? I'll go on a bus.
Yeah.
But that was nice.
So what did you say?
I said, just the one store on my holidays. Yeah, that was nice. It would have been nice to kind of meander a little bit more, which we did on the last day. But you were like, go here, go there, go here. And it was 100 mile an hour each. It was 100 mile an hour the
part
first
of the
day.
reason why I think we're splitting up. I think it came down to the fact that you said on day one, it's so completely different. You're on your holidays. It's completely different to a sunbed holiday where the waiters turn up with cocktails.
Yeah, so I'm like, so my idea of, all right, if it's not one of those holidays, then what do? You just kind of meander around the place, go, this is nice, let's have a coffee here. And you're like that, come on, let's go that way. Come on, let's all charge ahead. And I'm like, holy Jesus, man. And that's what it was like for the entire time we were in Amsterdam.
Might just miss the umbrella. But we only had a couple of stays in there and you had to see it.
Yeah.
You had to see it. In Rembrandtsplein.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was really nice.
The red light district.
Really scruffy.
Scruffy.
Really scruffy.
Grotty.
Even the next day. I mean, I know people, we was talking to Red, what's it called?
Red Light Richie.
Red Light Rich.
Yeah.
And he's
Richie
going,
Red Light.
Richie Red, yeah, and he was...
He's the one that recognised you.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about him in a minute.
He was saying, he lived there for years, he says, what do you think of it? I says, it's really dirty. And I went, no offence or anything, but he says, yeah, but you want to see it on a night. I'm like, well, is that not just disguising the muck?
Yeah.
It might be lit up, but it might be all a bit...
Neon-y.
Yeah, and it different.
Yeah.
But even so, it's a bit like Veronica's is neon lights and lit up and everything, but
Cleaner.
the second that closes, they are down there flushing
Jet
the
washing.
streets.
Yeah, they jet
and I'm
wash a
like, they're letting Amsterdam down, I think, by not doing that. But it was still a very intriguing place. Very different. The nights in Amsterdam, I've never seen so many people off their heads in my life.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Very strange. Very, very strange.
And the smell of the marijuana, I think it's also when you're not used to it, it's just because people they do.
If you don't mind the smell of weed, then that's fine, but I can't stand it, stinks. So for me, it was a bit like, don't know again.
Yeah.
But, that people go there for that because it's legal, so who are we?
What about the Brown Cafe? The little cafe, the bit where he said after the filming, after we finished filming, we went into that little pub and we met them people.
I've had bigger sitting rooms.
This area is bigger.
This is it. It wasn't even this big.
It was like that.
And then I had the bar, which took up half the room. And it was the most bizarre place and the most friendliest place you've ever come across in your life. And we met these women and men. in the first, because it was just two little stools.
Yeah, you had to sit at the table. You had no choice.
Yeah, and everything was really low.
Yeah.
The
Even the bar
stools-
was low.
The bar was low. The stools were like school stools.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
Like those benches you sit on in primary school.
Yeah, they were just tiny. And so we sat there and and they were all friendly and so nice and dead chatty. And I thought, what a really nice bunch of people these are. Yeah, it was nice in there.
Yeah.
It was nice. Different to the other place. But I don't think that was a brown cafe, was it?
No. That was the first place we went to was actually an original brown cafe. What about getting recognised from TikTok?
Oh, it was a bit weird, that, wasn't it? That's a bit weird. When you're standing and then... Where was the first? That was Richie, wasn't it? Where, we walked into the bar and thought he had a face on because he hadn't actually set up
it
yet.
and he's not even set up.
And then he just turned around and he went, "Are you that singer from TikTok? Red Light. You sing Red Light?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he went, "Oh, Richie, Red Light." I actually remember replying to him. And I'm like, wow, that's a bit mad. And then somebody come up to us just randomly when we were waiting to go on the boat.
Yes. Family from somewhere else.
Yeah, from Portugal.
Yeah, and they actually showed you
And
the
they live in
TikTok
Lisbon or
the
somewhere?
dress you were wearing.
Yeah, I had the dress on. I'm like, wow, that's like a bit bizarre. So it was a bit. You go travel halfway around the world, and then two people go, "Do we know you?" Like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Very strange.
How glad were you that I brought my computer?
How glad were you I told you to take it?
How glad were you that I brought my computer?
Very, because I know what you like. You've got to keep going all the time, and your mind, you're a million miles an hour constantly in your head. And I'm not. I'm normal. I'm on my holiday. I want to relax. I want to get up whatever time I want to get up.
You were waking up at 9:30, 10:30, 11ish. And
not 11.
And 9:30, 10:30. The vlog was already done, edited, done, up.
Oh, he was up at stupid o'clock doing. I've done this, I've done that, and I'm like, well, fine, but it just kept you going and it kept you interested, and yes.
And that's the reason why we did it. Really, it worked. It
Yes.
worked because of that. What do you think of the pace of the east when you get over to the east of it, like Enschede, Hengelo?
That was very, very much reminded me of like the Lake District kind of pace. It was, there was the banks, the water banks, down onto the canal, and the nice little hotels there, and it was just people sitting in little cafes and ice cream parlours. And
this is Oman. You're talking about Oman now, yeah.
That was nice in there, but it was very laid back, and it was nice when we went across there. Then we went to the golf club, and that was nice, and nice posh golf club.
That was weird. Bit weird for me, that. Bit different. I think there was a thing on there that said about closure, and I think I did got the closure on that one, to be honest with you. Would you recommend Holland as a holiday?
Depends on what kind of holiday you want, I think. If you like to go out and see different things, then absolutely yes. Because it is something... Everybody just goes to Amsterdam.
Everyone just goes to Amsterdam. Which is also good, but I think within 2 days you've seen it. 3 days?
At your pace, yeah. At your pace, definitely. But it's nice to sit and chill out in Amsterdam and watch just the world go by and sit and
Canal tour.
Yeah, that was lovely. I loved the canal tour, sitting with the
Thank you so much,
flowers.
Jenna. If you're watching, thank you.
Awesome. I really liked that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I'd do that again.
Yeah.
But the trains are dead easy, really easy. Everybody's really, really helpful. Just get off here, go there.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that easy? And it was just really, and the train's really quiet.
Clean,
dead
quiet.
quick, and yeah, and they were just, everybody, the people were really, really nice. The whole culture
of the
Dutch is like really happy, smiley, friendly, party animals. Holy Jesus. I have never in my life come across anybody that parties as much as them. I thought the party did Spain.
Well, that brings on to the next part.
What's that?
Toppers.
Wow, that was the longest concert in history, that. It was amazing. And when it started, I had tears in my eyes at the fact the atmosphere was so phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal.
This is interesting. One of the biggest concerts I think we've both been to, separate occasions. I've been to take that concert. You've been to take that. And that was one with the circus tour. That was with the elephant that came out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was amazing when I saw it. And you said...
It was to watch... To what I've seen some of my favourite bands, and I've never stood there with tears in my eyes, but to be in this stadium where I have only really just started following these singers, Dutch singers, and half of them don't sing in English, but it started and they created so much of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
The audience,
Yeah.
It took my breath away. Absolutely phenomenal atmosphere.
I just got goosebumps thinking about it.
Mind blowing.
I literally have got goosebumps thinking about it.
And brought tears to my eyes at the fact. I'm like, wow. I don't know why. It was very, very overwhelming. It was tremendous. But I was doing this.
We're all like that.
I'm like that. You can you sit down now? This is like how long ago? Yeah, it's finished. No, a bit more. Like
The problem
wow.
is the problem is they actually rate themselves, and they are proud to say that they are the longest concert in the world.
Yeah, we thought
And it's too
running.
much.
We thought it was longest running.
Yeah.
No, it's the
in
longest
time-wise.
in time. 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was
too long.
It was too long. It was really. They could have cut an hour off that.
Yeah, we were lucky because we left when we did.
Yeah, we
because
did,
of the train.
Yeah.
And it was the last train. Like otherwise, it would have been what the hell.
Would have been stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was. We left at the right time, and apparently that was the finale they were doing anyway. And it was just a big umpapa thing.
Speaking of stranded, we actually got stranded in near the last day with the train strike in Hilversum, and we met a taxi driver called Mo.
Yeah.
And Mo, if you he actually watches on TikTok because he was commenting on TikTok yesterday. But Mo, if you're watching now, thank you so much. Took a taxi up to the airport with Mo, and it cost us an absolute fortune. But you got to ride in style, Pet. You got to go in style, and he was such a nice guy.
He was.
He really, really was. And you know, if ever we go back, we'll use him as a
It
taxi
was one
driver.
of those. It was one of those crappy days. It was raining and drizzling, and I'd lost me brolly. And how would I lose me brolly? Fell out my bag. £8, man. £8 for a pound brolly, and it fell out my bag. And so it was drizzly, rainy, and I'm like, and then we didn't know where we were getting the bus from. And you're like, oh, you know where it is. So we just kind of sucked it up and went put it down to
Experience.
And
then
then we
move on.
did, and then yeah. So then we got the taxi all the way up to their nice Mercedes. It was very nice.
So based on holidays,
Yeah.
right? Where are we going next? Would you do it again? Or do you think the next one has to be
I think 10 days was too long.
10 days was too long? We would have done it in a week.
Yeah, the week would have been perfect.
Yeah.
We both said, yeah, that was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 days was too long to be on holiday. We both missed the routine of our lives and
Here.
yeah,
Mr. Dogs.
yeah.
Mr. Dogs.
So I was like, yeah, that's enough. But yeah, I suppose I would go again, you know. You wouldn't drag us round as quick this time.
This is a weird one. This is a weird one though, because holidays for ourselves, because we live on a holiday island. Holidays
Yeah.
for ourselves are really, I'm going to say few and far between, because we've struggled, because even though we're 7 years in now, we're like trying to find our balance of what suits us, our relationships.
Yeah.
And we know that like a Gran Canaria or a Fuerteventura or something like that, we've seen it and done it.
Yeah.
And therefore, I don't know if a beach holidays, I don't think a beach holiday's for me.
Yeah, this is why I go on holiday with the girls.
Yes, that's right.
So-
and I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
But the question is then, where would we then go together next?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I don't know.
I'm struggling with that.
We kind of took time off and had a holiday here, didn't we?
Yes.
So then we were still with the dogs and everything, and it was nice then.
Yeah.
But even then, we took a week off and says probably 5 days was enough.
Yeah, we used Tenerife as actually a holiday island
Yeah.
ourselves, and we just said, look, this is our base, and we'll just go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and eat, drink, and be merry, and we enjoyed that.
We did.
We enjoyed that. But the question, I actually now at this moment in time cannot tell you where we're going to go next time on a holiday.
I would probably say I think we need to go to America.
America.
We might as well have got the Maldives. The amount of money it cost us to go to Holland.
That's the other thing as well.
Wow.
But you might have seen that if you've watched it all the way through the vlog, the prices. Every time we sit down, it's 50 quid.
Wow.
Every time we sit down for a meal, it's
I
over
thought
100.
I thought it was expensive in Vegas, but wow.
Yeah, it's just. But
The only good thing about it is the brandy, the cognac was cheaper than the gin, so I just drank brandy all week,
Yeah.
which was very nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was one of those ones I always remember when I went to America for the first time and I realised I got roped into it, and you get rolled over and get dealt with stuff, but you're there, you know, you have to pay for the car parking for Disney, you have to get it, and it's all these extra
I'm not
costs.
talking about America doing
no,
the
what I'm saying is
parks.
all these extra costs, and
Yeah.
you realise that you're dealt in. So when I got to Holland within a couple of days, I realised I was dealt in.
Yeah.
And you've just got to plough on through it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you actually ruin the experiences yourself. So it's like you have to just go, sit down, it's going to cost you that, and you quickly in your head you do the maths, go ba 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 ba, it's going to
You
cost
quickly
that.
did the maths for Holland. You didn't like it, can I tell you? And he's going, yeah, you just do this and you roll with it. Yeah, not so much.
Yes.
Not so much.
There's a couple of like
Couple of bumps in the road.
Couple of
I'm like,
stones.
will you just wind your neck and
couple
you
of
run your
stones in my
holidays?
shoe, couple of stones in my shoe.
Flavor
This
now.
is the reason why we're going to split up.
I'm like, we're on holiday. Well, you just want a McDonald's. I do not want a McDonald's.
Not once did I say that. That's not no. That's
said
I'm
it.
leaving that in now. You tell them not once did I say that.
No, he didn't.
Put that on there.
He didn't.
There you
He
go. You
didn't.
see, I'm leaving that in.
But he
Not
just didn't want.
once.
I got sick of eating sandwiches.
Oh, I tell
I'm like,
you.
I need a meal now, please. And a meal. Sick of sandwiches.
Schnitzels.
Oh, I'm sick of.
What have we got in the fridge?
What? I bought that was probably the only meal we had there. Do you know that?
I know. It was nice though.
Sick to death of looking at them. What are the croquettes?
Bitterballa.
They were lovely. First one, oh, they're nice. Second one, oh, it comes in a bun. That's really nice. Third one, I'm like, not again. Again? It was like, I'll have them, and not again. It's like not a meal in sight. I would like to go and sit down in a nice place, have some nice food, like as a meal. Not like, let's grab a sandwich here, let's have a kebab from there. And I'm like, let's try the chips. And all right, they were nice, but they weren't 17 quid, people, for chips.
17 quid for chips.
Bit expensive, like, but yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah.
So I think you might as well suck it up and go, yeah, for what we paid to go to Holland, I think we might
could
as
have
well.
gone to the Caribbean.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
could have gone to the Caribbean.
You're talking thousands, like.
And next time I think it could be the Caribbean.
Yeah, it was, you die in the Caribbean, you.
It's not my cup of tea. I think America.
What would you do in the Caribbean?
No, I think America.
Yeah.
You see, something like me for like New York or something like that, there's enough for me to do. But the trouble is then you complain because I'm dragging you everywhere. We're going here, we're going there, we're
Yeah,
going
but
this.
you're like, ba. You want to see it in a day.
You're only there for a certain amount of time, Pat. You want to see everything.
No. I like to mosey.
This is the conversations that we had in the mornings. This is the reason why. That sometimes we're like, compatibility.
Yeah.
On holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
We might have to address that one. We'll have to address that
We'll
one.
have a lovely time in Benidorm with the girls in
Yes, you
September.
will. Yes, you will. And I'll have a great time here walking the dogs. With that in mind, this is the end of the Dutch season, let's say. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it in the end?
I did.
I loved it.
And I came back on a Dreamliner.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
I got on a plane and turned left and not right. I'm like, oh, this is class.
Yeah, we had a couple of family issues. I had to actually shoot back to the UK, and you came back on your own into Tenerife on your own, and you got on a Dreamliner.
I did.
And I didn't. I got on all stuff. But as always, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for. I hope you enjoyed them as much. There's people now are coming over commenting how much they enjoyed the Touch of Dutch season and series. So thank you so much for that. The kind words, absolutely brilliant. Loved it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Maybe I might take you to Benidorm for the mayhem with the girls. I don't know yet.
I couldn't go with the girls. I could do Benidorm with you.
Really?
Yeah,
I wasn't talking about taking you with. I was talking about these.
Oh, then taking them.
I'm not taking you on a girls' holiday.
No, I don't want to go on that. Taking them on. Do you want to go to Benidorm with Shelley?
I don't know. Maybe
If you want to go to Benidorm with Shelley, leave it in the comments. Shout Benidorm in the comments. Put Benidorm in the comments if you want to go with Shelley. If you're watching this one.
I might do that.
All right. With that in mind, guys.
Don't forget push button stuff.
Ring that bell.
And
See you on the next one.
Give it a beep.
I love that. Even a peep.
Dooey.